It is heating up on the Suns trade front as we are seeing multiple updates come through with the winding hours of the trade deadline approaching. As we see the Suns still aggressive on Jimmy Butler, but also possibly considering trading superstar Kevin Durant. We'll have all the updates and all the breakdown on what Mike Budenholzer's roster possibly could be shaping up to be turning out to post the trade deadline. We'll be getting into all of that and more on this episode of Suns Digest. I'm Bruce Velez with my co-host Curtis Jones. And Curtis, welcome back. How you been, brother? We haven't been doing a duo in a while. I hope you're having a good one.
I'm having a good one, man. This has been a little bit, man. I missed you, Bruce.
Exactly,
But we
exactly.
got some stuff to break down for everybody today, man. It's gonna be good stuff.
We definitely do. We definitely do. And you guys, if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything regarding around this Suns team, and you want to make sure you stay up to date, make sure to keep hitting that like and subscribe button, and let us know what you think down below in the comment section. Curtis and I will be live once again on Thursday this week, post trade deadline, breaking down all the news and reports regarding the Suns and not. So we'll be having a good time. If you want to make sure you tap in with us on that, make sure to come on by. But Curtis, let's get into the news at hand today. Make sure to tap into the video. And first, we're going to be looking at the Suns' plan. As we've seen over the numerous weeks and, feels like months, years at this point on how long it has kind of been stretched out at this point, Curtis. But according to Legion
Yeah.
Hoops and from Shams Charania, we have seen that the Suns are fully focused on getting a deal done from Jimmy Butler. And he said this on the Pat McAfee show this morning, saying, from everything I'm told, they are working on a 3 to 4, 5 team trade to figure out a pathway for Jimmy Butler. And that's all we have known. Obviously, John Gambadaro has kind of stated that out as well, letting us know that the Suns' main plan is getting Jimmy Butler, going for it, trying to make some moves around the edges. Curtis, we've been hearing this drum kind of be beaten around all the time. What is your kind of thoughts on it? And then we'll get into some other stuff too.
My thoughts are it's not happening. We've been sitting here fishing about this and thinking about this and talking about this and reading articles about this for wouldn't it be about a month now that we've been dealing with this?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's well known that everyone wants to do it, but I don't think it's feasible. If it was feasible, it would have been done. So I just feel like it's a we're beating a dead horse. So if it happens, it happens. We'll all be excited. I'm in with it. If he gets over here, cool. I'm happy with it. But at this point, man, we got a big old rod and we're just beating a dead horse over and over, and we're getting no fruits from our labor.
Nah, I agree with you, man. I'm at the point where I tweeted this out earlier. I keep seeing this update and it just echoing through my head, just pulsating my head, and I just need to see it happen. At this point, make it happen or just be quiet about the rumors and just stop talking about it. Stop tweeting about it. Stop even just trying to like hint at it. Just I want it to come. If this trade is going to happen, I want it to happen like the Luka Doncic trade, just out of nowhere and just get it done and over with. Come on and just be done.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. Do the deal or stop writing reports on it, man. Just stop telling us about it. It's
Exactly.
not.
It's just getting to that point. It's just getting to that point. But with that news, obviously the Suns want to go and get Jimmy Butler. This is their main plan. This is what we've been knowing what they wanted to be doing. But we've seen some reports, and I had a video come up about this today. But could they possibly also pivot, Curtis? Could they also possibly go in a different direction if they are unable to get Jimmy Butler? Because we've seen over the last couple of days, obviously the Sacramento Kings just got Zach LaVine. The San Antonio Spurs just got De'Aaron Fox. The Lakers got Luka Doncic. We'll know the Mavericks obviously going to be good with Anthony Davis. So all these teams in the West are still stacking up. The Suns still have yet to make moves. So if that's the case, the Suns might be put in a difficult position. And Chris Mannix told us that the Warriors are indeed serious about reuniting with Durant, and I reported this in the earlier video. But we have new information with efforts to acquire Jimmy Butler stalled. Rival execs believe that the Suns could strongly consider Durant deals before the deadline. And we've heard from Gerald Bourguet, from John Gambadaro already that the Suns are not interested in trading Kevin Durant. They're not interested in trading Devin Booker. They're just fielding offers. Teams are wanting to try and pry him. But with all this recent drama, even Luka Doncic getting magically traded, this is a possibility that could happen with the Phoenix Suns if they do not get off and get Jimmy Butler.
As a owner, as a GM, as a coach, if you're watching what just happened, you see that other teams are being very serious and aggressive. All right, so I feel like that might tweak the thinking. of the front office a little bit, and they might be more susceptible to getting off Kevin Durant. Uh, we talked about this before, and my stance is still the same stance. If we had to get rid of Kevin Durant, I would not be upset with it because I believe we do need to set up for the future. If we could get some great pieces for an older superstar in Kevin Durant, I think we could still contend this year, and I think we'd be better for the future to come. So I'm here with it, and I think that that's something that they're really going to have to think about. And I think they are thinking about it.
I think that it's going to have to be a possibility because, like we mentioned, at this point, the Suns have seen all these teams around the Western Conference make moves. They're still in that contention kind of pool as well, in that play-in gray area slash bottom of the playoffs, and they're going to be fighting with that regardless with Jimmy Butler on this roster or not. But having Jimmy Butler with Kevin Durant with Booker in this team definitely changes that. But without that, obviously, it keeps them in this position of just the repetitive process of this team that we've seen that can't get it done and needs necessary changes. And if that can't come through, a Durant deal might have to be on the horizon. Now, the Warriors are said to be a team that really, really want him. And in my previous video, they're obviously a team that has expressed interest, but there's going to be other teams as well. And I think that the Suns, if Kevin Durant was ultimately on the table, would, it wouldn't be like, some big time news. It would happen like out of nowhere. But
Uh-huh.
Curtis, with that being said, what is going to happen? What do you honestly think is going to happen with this Suns team? Do you think that the Jimmy Butler go all in is going to happen, or do you think the Durant craze of possibly trading him is what we're going to see on February 6th, where some Suns fans' hearts might be ripped out?
So I feel like everyone's starting to get to know me, and I think you're getting to know me too. I answer things either with a question, or I answer
Yes.
things, or I answer things with two separate answers. And so we're going to go with the two separate answers today. This one is going to be the things I think are going to happen. It's either going to be the one that I've been naming. Either we just don't do anything, and we get one more small piece, and then we just play it out from there, and we just rock with what we have. Or the second option, we are going to get rid of Kevin Durant. We're not getting Jimmy Butler. I'm not going for it anymore. I don't believe it. I don't think the Heat want Beal. I don't think they're going to make the deal for Beal. And so right now, I think that we're going to make a play for Kevin Durant, and we're going to acquire some good pieces, maybe some picks, and set ourselves up for the future. Maybe get some strong pieces right now that can work with Booker, and Beal can get a little bit more shine time out there too, right? Maybe this team is okay. I think that we do get enough scoring. If we get some more defensive pieces in a Kevin Durant trade, we could be a contender. We could be a strong team. So that's the route I'm going. What about you, Bruce?
I personally think I'm rocking with this team and Matt Ishbia. I think Matt Ishbia is still going to be aggressive. I still think he's going to try to figure and exhaust all options to get Jimmy Butler, and I still think that they're going to try to figure a way to get it done. But I'm telling you right now, on February 6th, if by 1:30 p.m. Jimmy Butler is not on this Phoenix Suns roster, I could see Kevin Durant possibly being gone. It's sad to say, and personally, I do not want to see it happen. But at this rate, with all the rumors, with everybody possibly being on the trade block, possibly being expendable, if the Phoenix Suns cannot find a way to fix it right now and get this team fully retooled for this season, I truly do believe that they may trade Kevin Durant, let him ultimately go to another team, and try to retool around Devin Booker. Look to move off Bradley Beal in the offseason. At that point, he will only have that one season and one more year on his contract, so it might be a little bit more tradable. The Suns will have some more draft capital as well. But I agree. I think they'll definitely will make some smaller moves, Curtis. I don't expect Yusuf Nurkic to be on this roster February 6th. That is for sure. And I do expect them to have another backup center. And that's ultimately the move that I want to see them make most. Any final thoughts on any trade news with this Suns team, Curtis, before we sign off?
Uh, Nurkic, gotta go. Beal, I'm starting to get settled with the idea that he's just gonna be here, and if he is, we got to figure out how to utilize him a little bit better. Trade news, I mean that's all I got, man. The Kevin Durant trade. Everybody out there get comfortable with the idea. It's on the horizon. I think that it's gonna happen, and if it doesn't even happen now, I think it's gonna happen in the future anyway. So you might as well wrap your head around it now.
Yeah, I honestly think that if they don't get Brad, if they even if like you said they keep this roster like your first plan, they still make the moves around the edges. They still have Durant, Beal, and Booker on this team. If they can't facilitate a trade for Jimmy Butler going into that offseason, moving off Bradley Beal, then I for sure think going into that next year, Kevin Durant will definitely be gone as well. But guys, that's what we have to break down on all the multiple trade updates revolving around this Suns team. That one possibly still pursuing Jimmy Butler as their plan, and obviously, possibly, maybe moving off Kevin Durant. But let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section, how you guys ultimately feel. The Suns are going to be on tonight. We will have a post game as Devin Booker chases history to become the Suns' all-time leading point scorer. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm absolutely dialed in. I got my jersey on, and we're going to be repping and hopefully having a great post-game breakdown. But signing off for you guys on Suns Digest, it's your boys Bruce and Curtis. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your night, and go Phoenix Suns.